Okay guys, after much thought and deliberation over what to do about this, because there is a few issues with this that should have come into my attention before, but I've only really thought about them now. Um, so basically, last episode, this is episode I should have introduced it. This is episode 12, day 12 of James's Minecraft journal. If you haven't guessed it, I'm James. Um, and yeah, this is like a single player let's play that I'm doing, where I basically just show off how I would play a Minecraft world. I'm doing it in 1.7.2 because the mob's not spawning glitches still in the game currently, so I'm trying to avoid that. I think it's still in the game. I should do a test or something. But anyway, yeah. So last episode I was speaking a bit about how I didn't think this was actually a good base. This is spawn, by the way. My aim was to have a base around spawn. Excuse me. And I've come to several conclusions regarding this. One, I think, well, my first conclusion is whatever build I do, I could build an arena here, I could build a castle here, I could build a tower here. The point is, if the build was as big as this is, it would lag. I think that's the bottom line of everything. Oh, yeah, we've got a few visitors. Second of all, so yeah, sorry, just to expand on that first point, I feel that there's no real point for my main base to be this big, because it would simply just be laggy anyway. Excuse me. Second of all, I'm not sure, but I think it could be the fact that it's around spawn means that it's a little more laggy. I could be entirely wrong. I think I might be, but it could be just the fact that it's around spawn. What's this guy doing? I'm worried I'm going to lag out. I've died to an Enderman several times in this build because of lag. Like, I lagged out and the Enderman killed me, which kind of sucks. I've died a lot actually in this world recently just because of lag and through not paying attention, which I'll show you right now. Twice to zombie, once to skelly, twice to creeper, once to skelly, 4 times to zombie, twice to slime. Yeah, I even died to slime, although that was just incompetence. 4 times to an enderman. So, have I killed a cave spider? Oh yeah, I killed a cave spider. Yeah. So yeah, basically, my thoughts are, we're not going to make this a base. Also, the other thing is, it's not a good design for a base, I don't think. Where would I put chests and stuff? It's half slabs, it's several floors. I think, but we're not going to tear it down either, because I like it. I think it's one of my better builds that I've done. You might disagree, but if you've seen any of my other builds, you will understand why I think this. So yeah. What I'm planning to do instead is basically move everything. And I think we're going to move it, if I can just get up here, over this hill. We're not going to put it on the hill. We're going to put it in the plain, the flat plains down there, okay? So it's not going to be next to the river. We're going to put it over there. And for the base itself, it's not going to be big. In fact, I plan on just doing, like, a house, basically. Now, I know that's not exciting or anything. Or maybe, actually, another idea I had was a wee village, like not an NPC village, but just something similar. But again, it would not be very big, simply because I feel that if I do anything massive, it's going to lag like this thing here. I went into my other world, my first world, I call it, and I went to the arena I built there, and it was laggy too, so I obviously just forgot how laggy it was. This is when I'm not recording. So when I am recording, what's it going to be like? It's going to be ultra laggy. So yeah, the reason I'm moving over here is because, one, it's not too far from spawn. I prefer to have a main base that's close to spawn. That's why I originally thought that the base would... Oops, no! I've not seen this before. How have I never seen this before? That's weird. Oh, fail. Alright, so yeah, I like to have a main base that's close to spawn. That's why I I was originally going to have my main base around spawn. Oh, there is a guy here even. So that's one reason. Also, the animal farms are close by, which means we don't have to move them too far. In fact, I don't think we have to move them at all. And it's just generally it should be less laggy. It could be because we're on the border of biomes. That could be another reason why it's lagging. Because like in the middle of a desert, you generally don't get as much lag as if you're, the jungle's next to no. What am I saying here? I'm sorry. I'm very bad with words when I'm recording. When you've got when you're in a desert, say, and it's right next to a jungle, obviously with the trees rendering and stuff, you've got a little more lag than if you're just in a straight up desert with nothing around. So my thought is, if I'm further away from the border with the taiga and the forest, things might be less laggy, but that could just be me. The other issue is we've got to move. I better go sleep. The other issue is we've got to move the mob system and the slime farm because the as good as they are where they are at the minute, I feel that they should be closer to the base if I'm going to do the whole set up a way to get down to them kind of thing. So that's my thoughts at the minute. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is in the morning, I decided to record this immediately. I'm going to spend the day, because I've already built the mob system on camera, or not on camera, but you've seen it on camera. I've already built it, so I'm just going to redo it in another area. I'm going to light up the one below, and when I come back it'll probably be evening. And then there was evening, and then there was morning the first day. No. But yeah, it should be evening, IRL, and I will hopefully have got a slime farm over there and another mob system built. And that way, we can then start on a much simpler base. Now, I'm not going to tear this down, I'm going to leave this, I'm going to work on it, I'm going to continue to work on it, but right now, I don't think it's going to be the best idea for a base. As much as I would like to have a base around spawn, I feel that this is just not feasible. Not for the machine that I'm using at the minute. Even with Optifine, it's still a wee bit laggy. So that's my thoughts. I'm sorry I'm not giving anyone other than myself a decision on this, but I'm just going to put my foot down with it because it is quite laggy. And if ever Optifine didn't work, then this would definitely be a hotspot for for me not wanting to come here due to the lag. So, yep, that's all. That's it all in a nutshell. A very large nutshell, but nutshell nonetheless. So I'm going to go and get working on the new mob system and the new slime farm, and I will be back. Well, it'll be a second for you guys, but it'll probably be several hours of digging for me. Here goes. Alright, and I'm back. This is many hours later. Many hours of work. And many films watched. Yeah, I just watched films all day as I dug out and just constructed the things. I've managed to get the actual mob system finished, but I've not got the slime farm finished. The slime farm is it's only partially finished, but then again, the one I had before was only partially finished. I've also done a bit of research today, and I will share that with you. And I've also got one of these. Got another bow, so that means I think we're ready to make our first enchanted bow. We're going to head over to the pyramid where our other enchanted bow is, Power 1. Fortunately this isn't Power 1 as well, this is Unbreaking 2, but that's okay. We can make a Power 1 Unbreaking 2 bow, which is just good. And yeah, I don't think I've got an anvil yet. I'm just going over to see if I do or not, but I don't think I do. Sorry for just running in there, I was quickly reaching over to mute my mic so I could cough. And I've also, so I've got some unfortunate news, which I will explain in a minute. Yeah, that's all you need. I don't think I've got an anvil here. Do you guys see an anvil in there? I don't. I know I did check all the other ones, but I'm almost positive I didn't. craft anvil. So here is our first anvil. We've crafted even before we have made an enchanting table. Clang, there's the power 1 bow. So we've got 21 levels, that should be enough. So if we craft it that way, it's 10 levels. If we put it the other way, that's 13, so may as well just go for the cheapest. That... oh dear. Come on, come on. Oh, come on. If we do that, how much is it to rename it? It's 21. Darn it. Well, there we go. I'm going to have to last a little longer without it. Yeah, so the interesting thing that I didn't discover. I kind of knew it. It was like in my subconscious, but I didn't really think about it when constructing this place. And that is that spawn chunks are generally, or not generally, but they are for a fact loaded all the time. So I could be like 10,000 blocks away, you know, in a completely different biome with completely different, you know, entities, and yet the chunks surrounding this area would still be loaded. What those chunks are, I've not checked as of yet. Let's see. So spawn is, which block is spawn again? Spawn is, I think, this block here. Yeah, so spawn is this block here. And if you look at my chunk numbers here, you can see one's at 11, one's at 0. So this one means we're at the Z. We're at the Z part of a chunk. So if we go this way, suddenly we're in a new chunk. So it's going to be tough to try and construct what the chunks are, but I think it's like the chunks just surrounding it in general. I don't think it's just one chunk. So it'll be this chunk. It'll be this chunk. It'll be it's this way. It's probably a chunk. There's probably a chunk over here as well, and like a chunk over here. So there's going to be like 4 chunks that are going to be loaded at all times. Now the issue with that is this build is in those chunks. These massive walls are in those chunks because a chunk is 16 by 16. This is by 20 by 20, which means most of this build is going to be in those chunks, and most of this build is going to be loaded. Now my concern is if this build is always loaded and it lags for a fact, because we know it lags. Yeah, there's no question about that. It lags when I go inside. My concern is that it'll lag whenever I'm, you know, away 10,000 blocks away in a completely different biome with completely different entities. I'm just worried it's going to lag a bit there. So I'm not sure. Like, it's kind of something I want to test, but at the same time I think it's going to be an issue. Like, cause I've been having strange lag while I've been hanging around down there and all that lag, which you wouldn't think of. Now I know when I'm over here I'm pretty close to I'm pretty close to spawn anyway. Let's see. I wonder if it's actually loaded. Let's see. I'm not sure what the loaded distance is. I don't think render distance counts as like the chunks that are loaded. See, you can't even see it. I'm not sure if that means it's loaded or not. I don't think it does. But I know it's just really weird. So my thoughts are I'm going to have to dismantle the pyramid, which really sucks because it just basically means the first 10 episodes of this LP have been for nothing. Oh, it's so annoying. I mean, I did say that this was going to be like an experience of how I play an LP, and if this was an LP that or if this was a single player world I was playing without, you know, recording, I'd probably just do this, you know, regardless of how good footage it... Well, obviously I wouldn't be doing footage, but I'd just do it anyway, regardless of how much time it would take. So yeah, my plan is to move it though, because I kind of like it as a build. So I'm going to move it to some other place. And yeah, but this, as of now, it's under question. I'm not really sure. If anyone knows anything about this, you know, it'd be great to know, but ultimately, like, all I can do is just keep looking on the wiki and on forums and that, so yep. I may as well go down and show you what I've done, the mob system and the slime farm. I had to build them in the most awkward places possible, because for one thing, the slime farm, in the area around the slime farm has a ravine running right through it. It's not the ravine, it's a ravine running right through it. Actually, same with the mob system, come to think of it. There's the evidence that this is a slime chunk. As you can see, see what I mean? See that lag spike? I'm convinced it's because spawn chunks are loaded and it's that building that's doing it. Hey, jerk. Oh yeah, by the way, I think my deaths are up to about 20. Let's check the statistics here. Number of deaths. Oh, 19. Okay, because as you can see, I died to a creeper. However, I took a break for lunch and I took a break for dinner, so I think I died a lot more today than I would care to admit, because it was a long time I was walking about without armour on. So yeah, it's kind of my own fault, but hey ho, I just need to get used to fighting a bit more on the single player world on hard. But yeah, this is the slime farm. Grass is with I'm trying to bring grass down from the surface. It's making its way slowly. It's not as fast as it was before, but I think that's because it's got further to travel instead of just going vertically. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but I don't know. It should make its way down here in no time. The reason I got the bed down here is because it was getting annoying having to go up to the surface and then running around, running away from mobs, trying to get to bed, because if I slept and a creeper came and blew up, that was my chest's gone. This is the mob system. Now you see it. Oh. No, you don't. Okay. But yeah, it's just the same as it was before. Although, actually, when I went to dismantle the other one, well, I didn't dismantle, I just, like, torched up in it. I saw that there was I made a bridge to get to one of the centre pads, and I hadn't taken it away. So I think a lot of mobs were getting stuck on that, so that's one thing. And also, I also found out why it was, like spiders, and it was because I did the water system. Oh, it's just turning night. I did the water system under the what do you call it? The lava in the killing chamber. I did that. I set that out wrongly. It was supposed to be a one wide gap, and it was two, and that allowed spiders to sink in under the one high gap and then flow down to the chest. I know that was a bad explanation, but you'll just have to take my word for it. So we actually got another record. We got Chirp, which you might have seen in the chest. I'm just going to go up and take a look. Oh yeah, one thing I did today, I cooked my first proper meal. Like, when I say proper meal, I mean I've cooked like bolognese before, and I've mixed pasta together with stuff, but this was like my first proper meal, like full on. I mean, it wasn't the hardest dish ever. I think, what was it again? It was like pasta bake. Yeah, it was pasta bake or of some sort, and it was out of student cookbook, so it was like simplified, or I think it was simplified. Hopefully it was simplified. I don't believe it was the hardest thing ever, but for me it was difficult to I had to manage different things, so I had to I had to make sure there was the pasta cooking, and then I had to make sure the other stuff was getting chopped up and getting put in the frying pan, and all that stuff was getting fried, and the oven was preheated, which apparently I shouldn't do now because there's Chirp. Yeah, apparently ovens now are super efficient at getting to the maximum temperature, so apparently one is just to leave them, but that is okay. It was a good moment too for me just to evaluate what I could have done better, because I mean, I think there was definitely certain things I could have done much better. However, I just, in the end, I think I did all right. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't the best, but at the same time, it wasn't anywhere near terrible. I think it was good. It filled me up, and yeah, so definitely something to work on. I'm going to try other dishes. Hopefully, I can lose my bolognese tag as that's all I ate in first year. but yeah, that was what I did today. Bear in mind, this is James's Minecraft journal, and if you don't understand what that is, go watch episode 1, because I explain everything there. Alright, I will go check the video time, and we might go and do something else. I know what you're thinking, and I know what you'll say when I tell you what I'm about to say. I know you're thinking this is much of an LP in that I've not really done much the past few episodes. I've not built anything on camera. I've not shown anything. But I think the thing with this is again, this is like my first experience of doing something daily. Before I would just pre-record a bunch of stuff if I felt like it, and then release them every so often. Because my progress game would I'd upload say 10 episodes in like 5 days, and then there'd be a drought of about uh, you know 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. No, not quite that long, but there was going to be a long period of nothing. And there should be torches there actually. And yeah, I think this is my first experience at doing something daily, so I'm still getting used to it. I think I've done okay, although I think all my efforts have just been nullified by this monstrosity here. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to end it here, and I think for next episode I'm going to try and rebuild well, no, I'm not going to force myself to do anything massive, but I'm going to try and find a location to rebuild this close by, or maybe not too close. Maybe I'll just work on dismantling it, because I don't really need it as a visual aid, because I've already got the video to look at, or countless videos of it. So I'm going to work on dismantling this. I think the plan is I'm just going to leave spawn as it is, and by that I mean I'm just going to leave the creeper face like that. Because let's face it, it's not completely awful. I might put a fence around it, or iron bars, or something around it, but otherwise I'm just going to leave the creeper face as it is. And yeah, I think that this will be it for this episode. Next episode, apart from showing you this torn down pyramid, which will be here no longer, I think we're going to try now and work on a very, very, very small base. And when I say a small base, I mean nothing of this size. I'm just going to try and, get something that's reasonable. A house won't suffice, but something a little bigger. It'll probably have underground sections to it, just because underground seems to lag less for me. I've got experience of this. I know what lags for me. I know what doesn't. I should have remembered. I completely forgot that if I built something this big, this close to spawn, it would definitely lag me out. So that was a mistake of my part. Apologies for that. But yeah, thank you for watching. My name's JamestheDouglas. Remember the name. See you next time.